Hello everyone, my name is Petru from Gulian Technology. Today in this tutorial I would like to show you how you can install Ubuntu on a VM. For this you will need a virtualization software, something like VirtualBox or VMware, and we'll need to download an image for our new VM. If you don't have any virtualization software, please go to virtualbox.org and download it and install it on your machine. After you have installed VirtualBox on your machine, go to the ubuntu.com and select the download option. From here you need to specify which Ubuntu version you want to install. I will go with Ubuntu Desktop 2204. I will press on 2204 and the download will start in a couple of seconds. As you can see, the download have started. I will cancel it because I have already downloaded this image on my machine. Next step is to open the virtualization software. As you can see, I have already a couple of VMs in my environment and I will create a new one. For creating a new VM, you need to press on the new button and you need to give your new VM a name. I will go with Ubuntu 2, for example. In the machine folder, you specify the location where you want to have these files saved. For the type, you need to specify which type of OS you want to install, Linux, Windows, or something else. We will go with Linux, and there, in our case, the version is Ubuntu. After you specify these details, please press continue. In this window, we need to specify the RAM which will be allocated to our virtual machine. As you can see, the default is 1 GB of RAM. I will change this default to 4 GB from 1024 to 4096 and I will press continue. Next, we need to create a virtual hard disk. I will press create button. In this window, we need to specify the hard disk file type. I will go with the first option because this option is compatible with VirtualBox, and I will press continue. Next, we need to specify if we want to dynamically allocate the memory to our hard disk or we want to use a fixed size. The difference between these two is that if you allocate to your VM 50 GB of RAM, for example, and you use the fixed size, this amount of memory will be allocated from the beginning from your hard disk. If you use dynamically allocated, your VM will start with a smaller allocated size and it will increase until the specified size for your hard disk. I will select first option, dynamically allocated, and I will press continue. Here you need to specify the size for your hard disk. I will change from 10 to 15 GB. For me it is enough. And I will press create button. Our VM is created. As you can see in the list, we have a new VM with the name Ubuntu 2. Before starting this VM, we need to specify the image from which this VM will boot. Under the storage section, as you can see, we have two controllers. One is for our hard disk and one is for our optical drive. Please press on the empty button and choose your image. I will select Ubuntu and I will press settings in VirtualBox. I want to change the default settings for my VM. I will go to System and I will go to Processor. I want to change the default allocated number of processors. As you can see, right now we have one processor allocated to our VM, and I will change this to 8. I will press OK. After the new settings are saved, we can go ahead and start the VM. I will select from the boot order. I will remove the floppy because we don't have a floppy and we don't use a floppy. I will leave only optical disk and hard disk. I will press OK. And now I will press the start button to start our VM. In a couple of seconds, a new window will be opened. And in this window we have some options, as you can see. In the grab menu appears, and in this menu you have a couple of options to specify. To install Ubuntu, you need to select the first option. If you want to change to a different options, you need to use the arrow keys. However, for our installation, we need to select the first option. After I selected the first option, I am pressing enter. Now we need to wait a couple of minutes until our VM is booting. Please be patient, this process takes some time. It depends on how many resources you have allocated to your new VM. The welcome screen has appeared. From here we have two options. You can press try Ubuntu if you want to try it before installing it, or you can press install Ubuntu to install the operating system. On the left side you can specify the language that you want to use for your operating system. I will go with English and I will press on install Ubuntu. Here you need to specify the keyboard layout. I will go with English US and I will press continue. During the installation you have a possibility to install third-party software if you want, and you can download updates while installing Ubuntu. I will not select these options because it takes longer to install the OS, and I had the possibility to update the packets later after the installation finishes. If you select the minimal installation, we will have an OS with basic utilities. But if you want to experience the whole, to use multiple software, multiple applications like Office, if you want to play games, if you want to have a media player for watching movies, you need to use the normal installation. I will go with the normal installation and I will press continue. Here we need to specify the installation type. Because it is a new installation, I will go with the first version, erase disk and install Ubuntu. You can also select something else, where if you choose this option you have the possibility to create the partitions yourself, and you can resize them according to your needs. And you also can specify the mount points for different directories. This is for a more advanced use case. I will go with the first option and I will press install now. I will confirm that the changes are okay for me, and these changes will be written to the disk as soon as I will press the continue button. If you are okay with the partitions created, please press the continue button. I am okay with the options and I press the continue button. Now we need to specify the time zone. Because I am located in near London. As you can see, London was specified for me. According to where you are located, specify the city which is closer to you. At the same time, you can use the mouse if you want to change to a different time zone, for example. I will leave London as my option and I will press continue. In the next step, we need to specify the details for the user account. I will add here my name. Based on this name, as you can see, we have a computer's name and a username was also selected. I'm okay with this username and I will specify a secure password for my new virtual machine. I will enter this password 2 times and I will press continue. Now we need to wait until the installation is copying the new files on the hard disk. This can take some time according to your resources, according to the resources that you have allocated to the VM. So be patient. You can check what is new in the new Ubuntu. You can press on this arrow and you can read about the applications that are included. You can discover some utilities that will be installed by default in your OS. As you can see, Ubuntu desktop has a lot of software that you can use. If you struggle to install Ubuntu in your environment, please comment on this video and I will try to help you. The installation completed successfully. Now we need to restart the VM and discover what Ubuntu has to offer. I will press the Restart Now button and wait for the VM to boot. We need to remove the installation medium. We need to remove the ISO image, but in our case, as you can see, it was automatically unmounted. We need just to press enter. Now we need to press on our username, in my case Petru, and I need to specify the password that I have configured during the installation process. After I finish to write my password, I press enter. Please press on the skip button if you want to, or you can connect to your online accounts if you want. I will skip to connect for now. I will press on next. I will press on next, next, and done. Now you can discover what Ubuntu has to offer. In the left corner, as you can see here, you can press on that button and you can specify, if you can choose which software to use. I will press one more time. I will open the terminal because during the installation I selected not to download the updates. In order to upgrade the OS to the latest, with the latest packages, we need to open the terminal. Please right click on your mouse and press open in terminal. Now you can install the new software by pressing the install now button here, or you can run the following command in the terminal: sudo apt get update, press enter, specify your password, press enter. The repository will be updated with the latest details. The update finished. Now we need to run the command sudo apt get upgrade to install the latest versions of the software. As you can see, we have 249 packets to upgrade, 0 to install. From these updates, 88 are standard security updates, and we'll need to get 569 megabytes of archive. If you want to continue, press Y and enter. This process will take some time. You can minimize the terminal window and work on your machine. If you want to use, here on the left side you can see we have some software already which we can open. We have the files manager, similar to Windows Manager. We have software which is called Rhythmbox for listening to radio or to music. We have the LibreOffice here, which is similar to Microsoft Office. You can write here. I will close it. If you want to install new packets, you can open the Ubuntu software. It will take some time now because we are doing the upgrades of the packets in the terminal. The next, let's wait until Ubuntu software opens. Oops. So from Ubuntu software you can install new programs using the user interface. You can do the same thing from the terminal. You will go with the option that is easier for you to use. In my case, I use a terminal because it's faster. Let's wait until the software catalog is downloaded. Here, if you have questions on how to use Ubuntu, you can press on this question mark button, and you'll find there answers to different problems that you or to different questions. This is Ubuntu software. As you can see here, you can specify the new software that you want to search for. Here we have the installed software, and here we have the updates. I will close this window for now. Seems that I don't have enough resources. The VM is a bit sluggish, but I will wait. This is what I wanted to show in this tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you have issues or you are struggling during the installation, please comment on this video and I will try to help you. This is all from my side. Thank you for watching and have a nice evening. Bye everyone.